Hi everyone, this is Tuesday evening, the 24th day of March 2026. Good evening everyone. Alright, in this video, I'm going to say something that is unusual. This is not my regular video I used to make. I would like you to pay attention and listen to the end because I think there are some thought-provoking ideas or issues that I want to discuss in this video that may interest you. And I would like you to also share with us what do you think about what I'm about to say. Right from my childhood, I have loved democracy, and I believe democracy is the best form of government, apart from a kingdom. And I believe that democracy is what gives people the opportunity, the freedom to express themselves, choose who to lead them, choose how their law goes, until I started seeing problems about democracy, especially in Africa, where the citizens, the majority of the people, are not allowed to elect who is going to lead them. Like, your will is being trampled upon. Like, you don't have right to do what you want to do. The system is now rigged against the masses. So that definition of the government of the people, by the people, and for the people is now put into hypothesis, not a reality any longer. So as this issue of democracy started, disturbing my conscience, that is democracy actually going to save this world? Is democracy actually going to last forever? I started thinking, I started reasoning deeply. And after some time, I started doing some research. How long will democracy last on earth? I discovered that democracy is a very good thing. It's a good thing that has happened to the world. But there is an unfortunate something that nobody have ever talked about. And that is what I'm going to tell you now. Democracy will end this world. Democracy will end every good thing in this world. And I am going to tell you the reason in this video. Now, introduction. During the course of my research, I am thinking about this. If democracy is all about the majority of people and what the people want, what of if the criminals, the terrorists now become majority tomorrow? What is going to happen? They are going to legalize criminality. They are going to legalize evil. They are going to legalize everything that is against the natural justice and equity. I hope you are aware of this. Now, in a kingdom, or in a country where people are being regulated, I do not like it. But that is the only institutions of government that is going to stand from now to next 80 years. A place like China, I am not supporting tyranny or autocracy. Don't get it twisted. But I'm trying to bring out a thought that I want you to contribute to. A place like China, they don't allow so many things, and people call it a country of particular concern because they don't allow religion to control them. They don't allow so many things to control them, and they have systems of controlling their people. That I don't like, but it seems that that is the only system, or a kingdom. It's only system that will last in the test of time. Now, before you start thinking otherwise about what I'm saying, in the course of my research, I discovered about hidden communities in Europe. There are some communities that we are losing people, like the population in that community, they are drastically reducing. Because of the sensitivity of what I'm saying, I will not mention the names of this community, but I'm going to tell you what is actually happening in this community now. These communities, they don't have their indigenous people as much as that. And they decided to open their arms for foreigners to come in. At a time, they were paying people to come into their community. Now, one of these communities in Central Europe, this community is in a Christian country. Now, in this community, they believe in things about God, and they used to hang cross. Most of the Christian countries in Europe used to hang cross in their offices, in their schools. That is their way of life. That is their culture. Most of them are Catholics, especially countries like Italy, France, and some other countries. They used to hang crosses in their offices. Stay with me. As I speak to you today, crosses in the schools, people have removed it. Crucifix, that is that cross that they used to put Jesus, they used to hang it in their common offices. When I mean common, community offices, they have removed it. This thing is happening in 3 countries I have discovered now in Europe. Why do they remove it? Why do they want to change their cultures? And one of this community said children coming with jihad to school is not a crime. And that is what the federal government in that country have stopped, said, we don't need this thing in our schools. But guess what? Because in this community, they were going into extinction. It is left with old people. They started bringing in new people, immigrants who have different cultural value system. So they came into the community, they started growing, they got their passports, they started voting in elections, and they were able to vote for community representative who don't have the values of the people. And now they are controlling what is going on in that community. Now, these people will continue to give in to what is happening in that country because they don't have the population to change what is happening in that country. They don't believe in democracy. They don't believe in everything about the country. But little by little, the population, the original population, indigenous population of the country will be reducing. This is what I'm saying. I am not thinking now. I used to sit down and think about next 200 years. I calculate about next 500 years. I calculate about next 100 years. I don't think now. And if you are a kind of person who think now, you will find it difficult to understand my concept and my videos. I don't think now. I think the future. I reason about the future generation. And that is the reason why you see the way I talk. I don't talk because of what you are seeing today. Because what you are seeing today are the consequences of what happened yesterday. So what you are going to see tomorrow are the consequences of what is happening today. Be careful how you take decisions because of today. I take my decisions because of tomorrow, not because of today. Because I understand that every decision I'm taking today is going to give me something tomorrow. Now, back to what I'm saying. If the population of these countries are drastically reducing from 100% to 90% to 80% indigenous people to 70% to 60% to 40%, as I speak to you, some countries have indigenous people 25%. Other people are immigrants who came to the country and have their passport. And I'm telling you something that is going to happen. So as time goes on, these people will definitely, next 100 years, they will overwhelm the country and they will decide what happened in that country. This is the danger of democracy. The people who owns the country, the indigenous people, will not have power to do anything. It will lead to war. The majority will win. They will say this is democracy. Parliament will vote for evil. They will uphold that evil. If they make it to be law, the court will uphold it as a law. And this is evil. But it is democracy. I hope you are following me. Now, when it comes to Africa, it comes to Nigeria. Population is growing side by side. Muslim, Christians, other religion, atheists. Population is growing side by side because Africans, both Christians and Muslims don't relent. They are giving to birth, unlike their European and American counterparts. So in Africa, what these people are doing is not like what they are doing in Europe. In Europe, population is a weapon of war. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I discovered this from Erdogan, the president of Turkey. I was watching him live when he was addressing Bosnia and Herzegovina, a country that was part of the Yugoslavia. So he was addressing them, telling them that they should go into Central Europe. These people are not giving birth again. Make sure you people have minimum of 5 children. Drive the best cars. Live good lives. These people are not giving birth to children again. So that with time, your population will overwhelm them. To life, this is what the president of Erdogan said. I want you to Google it. Erdogan's speech about birth control in Europe, in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Type it like this. Go and watch what this man said. Population is a weapon of war. Population is something that they are using to control Europe. But little did these people know. They have not realized what is going on. But in Africa, they see that, yes, principles of infiltration is working, but using population to just overshadow them once, it is very difficult. So they use force. They create militias. Boko Haram, swap all this thing. They use all this militia to use force. Then in government, use policy, like use all fronts, because Africa is different. I'm telling you that, I'm sorry to say this. This is not against anybody, but I'm trying to express the truth in my heart. Sharia is not a democracy. I hope you are aware of this. And you know that there is a global push for Sharia, and they will conquer the West with population agenda. Mark it somewhere. So when you see someone like Donald J. Trump, I know a lot of people will not like what I'm going to say. When you see Trump And you come to Europe, you see most right-wing politicians fighting against immigration. They know what they're fighting for. They understood what I am telling you now. They knew that time to come, they will not have a place to call America. This is not by sword, by population agenda. Immigration will increase. They will come to your country, do everything, hijack your country, win positions like mayor of New York. They will take your positions. Then the next thing is to change your laws, change everything, legalize terrorism. They will back some like Boko Haram, Hamas. They will back them, give them power to control. They will become the military. Let me tell you an example of this thing. Let me tell you an example of this. Iran today is just an example of what I am telling you. Iran was living their own life with a good constitution and everything until these people hijack power. They change it to Sharia. They change it to everything. And today, you see what is going on in Iran. That regime is not Iran. It's not a patient kingdom ideology. I want people to reason. Democracy is good until the criminals will be majority and take over democracy. And that time, you will regret ever having democracy on earth. This is what I want people in the university to go and study. I want people to do it as a case study, like go and study what I'm saying. Use it as a project, as thesis in your PhDs. Go and study the danger of democracy ahead. Nobody's talking about this. Now, listen to me. You know, most of the videos I do, and a lot of people do call me, Okocha, you are so controversial, but there seems to be elements of truth and reality about your videos. I said there is nothing like element of truth. Truth is truth or it is not true. There is nothing like half truth. Everything I do say in my videos, I told you people in there that wake me up next 50 years, if God keep me alive next 100 years. Bring the videos I made like 100 years ago then. That is these videos I'm making now. I will still stand on the same thing that I said then. You know why? Because what I'm saying is not from the influence of religion, from the influence of political ideology, but this is all about natural science, trying to understand what is happening now, what happened yesterday, and what will happen in the future. There is this quote that says, yesterday was experience, today is experiment, and tomorrow is an expectation. Use your experience in your experiment to get your expectation. Everything we are seeing today is the consequences of what we did yesterday. So consider what we are doing today. Allowing criminals to be in power, and you think you are going to go away with it? The criminals will only empower criminals. The criminals will only empower the people that are going to do something they like. They are going to empower, pay criminals, and evade them, conquer you. And thereafter, they will legalize criminality. I give you an example again in Nigeria. If you see people trying to tell you you can't come to my state to campaign, that is treason. People don't know. It's a treasonable offense. But you know what? The president told people that if they want to win us, grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. You know what? People did not see it as a crime because they have legalized criminality in Nigeria and they see politics as a crime scene. They see politics as a war, as a terror issue, terrorism-related kind of things. That is politics in Nigeria. I am not happy because of the way the world is going. But you know, I read scriptures. I read so many books, including Quran. I read Bible, I read Torah, I read so many books. I understand what is actually going on in the world right now. I understand what is actually going on. There are some things you cannot stop that is going on. That is, Judeo-Christian ideology will be eradicated in the world. It will lead to war. The whole world will fight this battle. Unfortunately, they may not win. This is what was predicted in so many books. This is history that is going to manifest in the future. I want people to pay attention to what is happening. So be very careful why you support criminality because you want power. Human beings love power. Everything that will give them power, even though it's evil, they will go in for it. Anyway, this is part 1 of this video, the danger of democracy, how democracy will end this world. Democracy is so sweet. Democracy is so good. I love democracy. It's the best form of government until the criminals will become majority and turn democracy into something you've never thought or imagined. I am Okocha Marcel. Let me know what you think about this. Will democracy last forever? It's only time that we prove what I'm saying right now. See you on my next video.